Hi, Misty. Welcome in. I keep forgetting I have to chat always. I'm going to make some Plarn today. So I thought I'd take people along. Got these grocery bags from yesterday's grocery haul. I don't know if you can see that. I can't see what I'm doing. Are you still there? Hi, Vince. Well, that's okay because I wasn't saying anything. So let's see. The first thing we do is fold it in half. Fold it in half again. So I'm videotaping as I'm doing this. I'm going to cut off the ends. This will actually go to the recycle bin. Nothing more that I can do with it. And then I just cut these into like about 1-inch pieces. If I was I'm glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by. It's probably going to be boring, but I'm cutting these into 1-inch pieces. If I was making a mat, I would use 2-inch pieces, but today I'm going to make these for, I need to make some hangers for my plants. It's time to get my plants out. Tomorrow is going to be in the 50s starting at night, and that's when they say we can take them out. I feel so dizzy today. Hey, Nadine. I'm glad you stopped by. Everybody having a fun Memorial Day? I was supposed to get together with my kids, but I didn't get a chance to get my plants out, so we're going to do it next weekend instead. It's been too cold to harden off the plants. Okay, once I get a couple of them wrapped, I'll start making them into a ball. But the only thing you have to be careful of is not to get a belly on them. I'll see if I can make one with a belly. But that's why I usually hold it at the end. If I sound like I'm drunk, I feel like I am too. I can't figure out what's going on. I think my downstairs neighbors might be smoking some wacky tobacco, and it might be affecting me. Off grid with Lori. Hi, nice to see you. How are you feeling these days? It's funny, but it seems like it's coming up slower than I'm talking. I have 3 cameras going. I'm using one to do the live, one to watch the live, and one to record it for making a video. And if you pull it so that you just got a little bit like this, it goes fine. But if you hook it on wrong, you end up with what they call a belly. You don't want that. I don't know if you can see that as I'm talking, if my talking is slower too, but you want both strands to be equal. So what I do when I have a belly is I just loosen it here. I did that one on purpose. Well, it should be loose enough, but it's not. Okay, pull it apart. Make sure that both strands are equal. And once they are, pull them together like that. When I do the next one, I just make sure that it stays even. I hook it through. Oops, I pulled it a little looser. So let's make sure I don't have a belly. Both strands are equal. Pull it tight. Now, in order to make a mercy mat, you need about 700 bags. Take another bag here. So I need, oh, see, I've got a belly there. That isn't even. Try this one again. So the former owners of my dog decided they now want her back because their situation has changed from what it was. After I put $200 into shots and getting her fixed, they are going to take her away from me. And once again, I'm going to be dogless. They brought her to me. Hi, Kathy. Okay, I start by flattening the bag that way. And I flatten the bag that way, pull it flat, and push the ear out this way. There's no use in pushing it that way because it's not open at end. Fold it in half the long way. Push the ear out. And push the ear out. Now to make a mercy mat, I just fold it in half and leave enough that you don't. And these two pieces get recycled, so we'll put them over there. Then cut it in half this way. And cut it in half this way. And you end up with 4 pieces for a mercy mat. Or since I'm making some plant hangers, I'm going to cut them in half this way one more time so that I have 1-inch strips. And I'll have 8 1-inch strips out of this. I do plan to make a trellis too. I think it'll hold up a couple beans. And I've got about 8 1-inch strips. Open them up, pull them flat. Make sure this one is even. And loop it through. In some states, they're outlying these kind of plastic bags, which makes no sense. I had her for 1 year and 4 months. I will say that she is a handful, and I was thinking of rehoming her, but I kind of felt bad about it, so I feel pretty good that she's going back to people who loved her. She spent last Saturday with the family, and I was fine with it. It was nice to have some time away from her because she's so difficult. My son can't keep her quiet, and the neighbors complain. Canada banned plastic bags years ago. All fabric now. Oh, nice. Well, I think once I run out of these bags, which is going to take me a while, I'll start making things out of trash bags because did they outlaw trash bags in Canada? But I think trash bags from the dollar store will work. I've already bought doggy do bags to use, but I ended up using them for a doggy because I wasn't planning on getting another dog. And right now, I've been looking, but I don't think I'll get another dog. And at this point, we are just sharing her. They're taking her every Saturday. And then I get her all week long. And the lady doesn't work on Tuesdays. So if I need to go to a doctor, I can make an appointment for a Tuesday and she can take her. So this really kind of works out for everybody. Right now, I don't know if she's bored or depressed that she's not with her kids. She gets so excited when she sees kids. She really misses them. And they did send videos of her with them. I'm doing a live right now. So no, sorry. My son is up, but you won't be able to see him on camera. Even if he walks behind me. Hint, hint. I can't see the images. I can see that you sent images, Nadine, but I can't see. Hi, Mimi. How you doing? I mean, Sandy. I saw you on my live the other night, but my phone went dead. But I saw that you had commented. I saw it on one of the other phones that I was watching with. Yeah, I was just saying that my dog is. I'm sharing her right now with the family that owned her before, but they do plan to take her back at some time. They can't at this time. They're not ready yet. I don't know what that means. When she arrived, she was pretty neglected. So maybe we'll just keep sharing her. She doesn't enjoy me cutting her fur, but I need to keep her short so she doesn't get tangled. Silver haired is Nadine. I hope everybody can connect. I know. Maybe you can walk me through this, Mimi. How can I get people to be able to connect with each other? Because I want to do it kind of like Tuber Chat. Has anybody heard of Tuber Chat? The first thing you do is make a playlist of all of your videos. Then you go on Tuber Chat and you say that you're looking for people to swap playlists with. And you watch their playlist and they watch your playlist. This way your videos get seen more often. This has been working out pretty good. I've been actually running my phone when I'm not using it. Like when I'm sleeping. And it plays other people's videos and they get credit for their videos being watched. And sometimes I watch for a while and sometimes I just let it run. Oh my. When I come across a sticker like this, they don't peel off too easy. They usually rip when I do peel them off. So a bag like this, I'll use for a trash bag or for taking the dog out for a walk. But when they're clean, and I mean, if I get them with meat in them that might leak all over, something sticky, I don't use them. I use those for trash. But otherwise, I use these. I mean, it's a good way to use the bags up. And while you're shopping, make sure you save your receipt and scan that. So you can get points for it. I've almost got $25, which I'm planning to use as a giveaway once I get 1,000 subscribers. Here we go again. And just cut off the handles on the bottom and save those to get recycled. And then as long as it's folded in half, I'm going to cut it in half. And I've seen people fold both of these at once. And it doesn't matter if they're a little bit crooked, it won't show anyway. Sandy, and when you get bags that are like this, you can recycle those. Sometimes I use those to stake up my tomatoes. But they aren't going to work in a plant hanger. It'll make it too weak. Sandy, I don't have your email address. My email address is in the description. Here, I'll give it again though. But I'm using one of my other channels because I have 3 channels. This is my email. Should pop up there any minute. And sometimes I just open them all and stack them up. Tammy, hi. Okay. Yeah, I see that you emailed me, but I actually did not get it. I don't know why. I sent you another message on one of your newest videos. Yeah, I didn't get it. So if you could resend it, that would be great. Okay, this is the broken one. We don't want that. When I go to the meetings, we have people who actually just come to the meetings that don't crochet. And they make Plarn. But they make the 2-inch Plarn for the Mercy Mats. Because of course it's a Mercy Mats meeting. And we usually, between all of us, give about 100 Mercy Mats that go to people who are dealing with homelessness. We've been taught not to call them the homeless because that suggests that it's a permanent condition, which I'm finding is not. I've been meeting a lot of people who are dealing with homelessness, and around here they don't stay homeless very long. There's a group called the Street Angels that help people get back on their feet, whether it's getting a job or signing up for Social Security. A lot of the people who are dealing with homelessness are Vietnam veterans, and that turns out to be pretty easy. They can get benefits through the VA. And get into a place. I know there's one man that used to come to the food banks that isn't coming anymore, but he was hoping to get a place with a refrigerator because the place he was living in was just a 1-bedroom. And it didn't even have a bathroom. He had to use a community bathroom. But this is all there is to it, so. Hello, Nadine. You're silver-haired wisdom, right? And Grandma, I believe you're Tammy, right? And if you're interested in building things, I don't know if she's looking for more people or not, but for June, she's having a building collab. which is kind of interesting. When I was expecting my last child, I built a 14 drawer water bed stand so that I had more storage. I also, every time I had a baby, most people started knitting booties, which I did, but I always built a cradle for my new baby. And after the baby was born, because each time I had a baby, it was going to be the last, I sold the cradle for more than it cost me to make it. But I've liked building for a long time. But I have some scrap wood. I'm trying to find where I put it that I'm going to use to make, well, I'm not going to tell you now. You'll have to watch the video. But check out Mountain Grandma's channel for her collab. Because it should be fun. All of us old ladies building stuff. I know some people are using a drill for the first time. But I bought myself a drill. I lost his in the divorce. I should back up here. Yeah, it gives me something to do. I have ADHD, and if I try to sit and watch a program, I will fall asleep, which is why I often sleep through lives, even when they're giving away great prizes, because I just can't stay awake. So if I'm crocheting something, I stay awake. But since I'm gardening out on my balcony this year, again, and all of the hangers that I made last year were sitting in the sun so long that they broke down and they're just falling apart. Okay, good. I keep getting you and Tina mixed up. I don't know why. It's kind of funny because you're in a group with people from, I believe I found you with Maniac Grammy. And then Gail from Gail Southern Living has been mentoring me. She talks about her mentoree. That's me right now. Yeah, this one is, I think this will still hold together pretty good. But this was the end near the handles. And I cut it a little too close. But I'm still pretty sure that'll be strong enough to hold. I've been having my groceries delivered because I can't leave my dog at home. So I've been having them delivered, and I guess I'll be able to go to the store again, but it's hard bringing home a lot of groceries on the bus. It was nice having a car to last week. Gotta make sure it's nice and tight. And then I hold it into a little loop like that before I loop the next one through, and that prevents me from making them with bellies. So at the same time, I'm recording this from another angle because eventually I'm going to put a video of this up. For now, I'm just doing it live. Hi, Nadine. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Tammy. I should back up a little because I know I've missed a lot of the... Oh, I missed a lot. I guess I picked a good time to go live, huh? Is anyone getting ready to visit with family for today? Or is it too cold in your area too? It's really cold here. It's supposed to be in the 40s tonight, so it's too soon. But tomorrow night and for the next 10 days, it's supposed to be in the 50s during the night. And that means it'll be warm enough to put my tomatoes out permanently. And I've been putting them out to harden them off, which means I take them out, leave them out for an hour, and then bring them in. So we're up to 4 hours now. And I forgot them last night and left some out in the 40s, but they seem to be fine today. I had some out about a week ago and I lost those. I wanted to have enough that my kids could come and take some. So I still do. Especially ground cherries. I think I have about 20 of those. I had more, but for some reason they didn't like potting up. Okay. What are we seeing here? I think there's a delay. Off-grid world Lori. I hope you're feeling good these days. Lori was in the hospital a while back. You can check out her channel to see. She's also in the Survival Seeds collab with me. If you're growing things, this is a great one to join in, because I've been learning a lot of new ways to garden by watching all the videos. But they also gave me seeds for free. I didn't even have to pay for shipping. And then on Sundays, they have a live where each week they give away one thing. Yesterday, they had a live and they gave away 3 of those little, what are they called? They're hydroponic systems. And you can win by just commenting. One of the people that won yesterday won one just for leaving a comment on one of our videos. So be sure to watch all our videos. If you don't want to join the collab, just watch the videos and check them out. I've got a pretty good sized ball here, but I want to get rid of all these bags. They're really piling up. This is from grocery shopping yesterday and the day, a week before. Every week I order from Walmart, but about once a month instead of Walmart, I order from Woodman's. Anybody have a Woodman's in their area? Hi, Kathy. Okay, Lori. Is the post office going to be open today? It's a holiday. Oh, I suppose you're in Canada. It's not a holiday, right? I thought the post offices were kind of closed or something up there. Or shut down. Instead of folding it, I'm going to do it this way so that I can cut below those little loopies. Right now, the Mercy mat that I'm working on is tan and white. So I wouldn't be using these bags for that anyway. Of course, I could always make a gray one. I made several of them so far. It doesn't take long. If you go to the meetings, you can get bags that are already cut. But with the dog, it's hard. I haven't been to the meeting since I got the dog, and that's been almost a year and a half. She's a little sweetheart, but she barks too much for living in an apartment, which her former owners found out. Their situation has changed. They lived in a 2-bedroom. They've got 3 kids. And it was hard to keep her quiet. So they moved to a 3-bedroom that allows pets. I think for some reason they're just taking her on Saturdays for a while, maybe just to get her used to it. Because she kind of went through a shock when she came here. She was not happy. Ooh, mushrooms sound good. What are you going to do with them, Kathy? I got some from a food bank, but when I opened them, they smelled horrible, so I didn't even bother. But when I went to the food bank on Friday, I got 4 pounds of strawberries, and they looked good, but I waited a day. I should have done them, processed them right away, because by the time I did process them, a lot of them had started going bad. And then to cut about half of them off and throw them. But the last time that I got strawberries from them, I saved the seeds and I planted them, and I've got a couple little strawberry plants growing. I won't get strawberries off of them this year, but I'm going to keep them growing under lights in the house. They shouldn't take up that much room. Not at the rate they're growing. I'm growing them in hydroponics. Hi, Bud. Good morning. Or is it afternoon? Nope, it's afternoon here. It's 12:46 p.m. here in Milwaukee. We're on Central Time. If you can double tap the screen, I'll get a like. I don't know when they started doing that, but I'm so excited that they did, because I used to have to try and figure out how to leave a like. I'm trying to read all the comments here. Who the owners should pay me? They seem to think so too. I did have her fixed while I had her. But the thing of it is, my last dog passed away. I had to put her down, and I was quite depressed about it. And I wasn't planning to get another dog, but the Humane Society and the rest of the rescues were not taking in dogs. They had too many of them. And people were leaving their dogs loose on the street. So I decided I was going to take one, at least keep one off the street. And luckily I got her, and it's been nice having her. I've made some changes. I used to go into stores way too often, and I was quite, I don't know what we would call it, impulsive. So I haven't been so impulsive. I've been having my groceries delivered, and it's been nice. But it would be nice to be able to go into stores again. There's a few places that I don't go. In the Milwaukee area, this is actually called the City of Festivals. There are festivals every weekend. And I can't take her to those. She'd get too upset hearing the loud music. And some people bring their dogs, and some places don't allow dogs. So for the summer, I'll be going to my festivals, and I'll be bringing you along. Maybe do a live from a festival. My favorite band is called the Britons, and they play all Beatles music. I don't know if any of you are from that era, but I actually did go to see the Beatles the first time they were in America, which is kind of exciting, but I really enjoy this band better. I was in a band when I was a teenager. And if you check Fireflies spelled with a Y, you could probably find a video of the girls that the girls recorded before I joined the band. When I was a little girl, I used to watch a show called Joe Shot and the Hot Shots, which was recorded in Chicago. And one time when I was watching it, there was a girl my age on there singing, and her name was Wendy. And as it turned out, she was the singer of this band. So it was really exciting for me to actually meet my idol and be in a band with her, because she was a really great singer. Now she plays up in the Eau Claire area. She played with her husband, who passed away. but she's still in the band, and her daughter's in the band too. So if you're into the Vineyard Chicks. Well, thanks for stopping by, Misty. I'm way behind on my notes. You're probably long gone. See, Bear loves crowns. Wow, $2 a bag. I thought Aldi was ridiculous because they do have these bags for like a dime. I haven't been in an Aldi in years, like probably 2 years, a year and a half at least. I did try leaving her home alone once, and she barked, and the neighbors complained, and the landlord complained. So I always take her everywhere with me. Yeah, what are your plans for today? Anybody have plans for today other than going to the post office? I see that Kitty Zimberly had a birthday. She's 22 now. You believe that, a 22-year-old cat? And you would believe how this cat gets around and outside. If you've never watched Bohemian Dollhouse, be sure to check her out, her channel. There's a channel that I've been watching that had way fewer followers than me. And then I think it was 3 Sundays ago, she woke up and she had 4,000 new followers. She didn't know it was coming. No walk today? I love your walks. That park is so pretty. Of course, I guess mine is across the street too, and it's probably going to be busy today. But I'm, for some reason, feeling really dizzy. I don't think I should be walking that much. Tuber chat can get you banned. Don't do it. What do you mean they can get you banned? Tell me more. I thought Tuber chat was the answer to all my prayers here. I've been really getting a lot of subs since I found them. Like about an extra 100 a week. When I started loading on this channel, well, actually, I think I had 45 followers when Gail posted that she was looking for somebody to mentor, and I contacted her. I'm so glad I did, because other than Kathy and Sandy, I wouldn't have any followers. I think I maybe even only had 3, because I know Sandy was following me and Lori from Creative Lori. Oh no. Did you see Creative Lori's latest post? She's losing her food bank. She's taking care of her elderly dad. They really need it right now. Oh, okay. Thank you, Sandy. I'm just reading this now that he'll give me my the number. Yeah, I'm just going to do these until I finish the 2 bags. Then I'm going to record myself crocheting a couple of hangers. I've got one done that I made last year and didn't use. The rest of them that I made last year are starting to break down, so I'm not going to use them. Unless my son needs the kitchen, I'll keep going until I run out of bags. I know there is a date set when they are not going to use these bags in Wisconsin. In some states, they've already outlawed them. But I know some people are using trash bags that they buy from the Dollar Tree instead. Oh no. So what do you use instead? So I wonder, I sometimes crochet plastic bags and I'm planning to use them in giveaways. If I send you a plastic bag in Maine, will you still be, I mean, if I send a bag made from these, will you be able to use them in Maine or Rhode Island? Oh, this one turned out really thin. But I think if I hold it this way, so the thin pieces hook up to the thick pieces, she'll still be able to use it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel so woozy today, like I need to sleep more. Is it just the three of us doing your collab, Tanny? Simply Jan, you and me? You better get started on it. Oh, that's cool. A porch railing? I've never done a porch railing, Kathy. That's really great that you could do that. Hi, you all. Welcome in. I'm so far behind on these comments. Yes, Gail is wonderful. She's been a great help. She's got to be like the sweetest person, too. I love her. She always says, be blessed and do something kind. I love that. She says that. And she is always so kind, even when she ends up with trolls and all sorts of things. Oh, I see. It's kind of a heart. Oh, what kind of salves are you making, Lori? Yeah, it's not fun taking groceries on the bus, but I don't usually get that much. I go to the food banks on the bus, but since I have so many allergies and I don't eat meat, I end up passing most of it along. It was a little rough this time because I got a lot of fruit this last time that I went on Friday. I posted the video about it, but I don't know when it's going to show up. I think tomorrow it shows up. I just scheduled it to show up, I think 8 or 10 in the morning. Thought I was scheduling it for today, but when I posted it, it was after midnight. So Oh no, your ground cherry seeds didn't germinate. I didn't get that many. I bought a package of them a year ago and I gave them to my daughter-in-law, and she can't find them. But I grew some last year and I did get a couple that ripened on the table, so I got a chance to taste them. And I had paper towels with seeds stuck to them, and I planted the paper towels and they came up. Okay, Tammy, please email me at that other address because I did miss your other email and I want to do this collab. Yeah, I'm so glad that they made the double tap because it used to be really hard to find it. Okay, and my ball is getting bigger and my stash of bags is getting smaller. Okay, Kathy, thanks for stopping in. Oh, you're going to grow some mushrooms in your yard? How cool is that? Kathy knows a lot about foraging too. In fact, she followed my channel before she even had a channel, my other channel, which is called The Reluctant Bee Granny, in case you get a message from them. That's actually just me. Are those tomatoes from your garden, Sandy? I can't wait till I start getting tomatoes again. I grew a bunch of microdwarfs inside, but I got some really bad soil or something, but for some reason all my soil was getting moldy and I lost a lot of plants. I'm finding growing them in hydroponics works just fine. Thank you, Nadine. I do like that park. I kind of grew up playing in that park. I grew up a mile from where I live now. My friends and I always went over there. My brothers took me there when I was younger. And I told my kids that after I'm gone, they should scatter my ashes in that. I'm hoping they'll let them, so I can be there forever. We had to go way up north, Wisconsin, almost to the Minnesota border to scatter their dad's ashes a few years back. Oh no! I'll bet your little guy likes macaroni and cheese. Your little grandson. He's such a cutie. Cynthia's here? Yeah, I suppose. I sometimes use these for poop bags if I'm out of them. But she has such cute little poops that, I don't know, this one's, I guess that one's going to be a tie for my tomato plants. I'm too cheap to buy ties. Oh yeah, I suppose the little guy's still in diapers. I use them for pee pads because she doesn't go out that much. She got attacked by a neighbor's dog. So. And that would be actually the third time that one of my dogs was attacked by their dog, which was running loose. Oh yeah, Cynthia. Hi, how you doing? How are you handling all your newfound fame? Cynthia's the one I was talking about that in one day she gained 4,000 new subscribers. I will say that that morning I went looking for her channel because I always watch her. She has a video every day and she's really interesting, especially if you're our age. I'm 74 and she's about the same age. But her channel has been so much fun, and I was really hoping more people would find it. And I guess sometimes it's the thought that counts, because in one day she gained over 4,000 new subs. And that morning there was another channel with her name. When I searched for Senior Insights, another channel came up, but then I found hers. And that other channel had a lot of subs, so I don't know if that had anything to do with her newfound fame, but she went from having fewer than me to having way more than most of us have. I've been watching her channel. Okay, as I was talking about with Tuber Chat, is you make a playlist and you swap playlists with each other. But you also can subscribe to each other's channel, which you can also do on any of Mimi's lives, Mimi's Place lives, and what is it, Misty's, Our Life with Misty is another one. There was another Misty that was on, I think she left. But Life with Misty, they always give you a wrench and then you can connect easily, which I wish he would do on Tuber Chat. He doesn't. But he does encourage people to connect with each other, and people that are connecting are looking for new subscribers. And like I said, since I started watching his channel, I've been gaining about 100 a week. He does lives every couple days, usually from 3 to 6. And somebody actually gave me a subscription to his channel. And they give all sorts of tips on how to grow your channel. But one thing I'm learning is that I have to go live more often. I've been doing silent lives, but then I looked at the analytics for it, and it says that I haven't gotten any watch hours for those silent lives. Now, Sandy, Mimi's Place does them too. I always try to say hello on one of those, with each of my channels whenever she hosts a live. If you can, please double tap the screen so I get likes. Yeah, if I had a cat, I would do that too. I'm allergic to cats. I'm allergic to dogs too, but I keep getting dogs that don't shed. Anyway, my last dog passed away, so saying goodbye to this one to see her go on to a family that love her will be a good thing. It's helping me to heal from losing Foxy. That was pretty bad. Afterwards, I couldn't post for several weeks, and I ended up, once I started to want to post again, I couldn't get into my channel. I had been locked out of it. They said that somebody had probably hijacked it. I had another channel called Angel 3551, and I had a playlist of my ex performing on YouTube, but that was hijacked. So I can't find him anymore. I don't know what the names of his bands were once he moved to Vegas. Oh no, a car crashed through your fencing? Yeah, me too, Cynthia. I had so many of them and I got rid of them. And then I found out about mercy masks and I could have kicked myself because I could have made bed, I could have made bedding for homeless people to stay dry. Yeah, I hope you do have some more ground cherry seeds. Although I found out about them on Christmas, and by January 7th, I had seeds that were mailed to me from Amazon that I planted last year, and they got so big. So this year I planted them later, and then I didn't transplant them, so they got really big. You have so much on your plate, Nadine. I can understand you not doing any collabs. I'm retired, so collabs are working good for me to meet new people. Um, but actually, this isn't what I wanted to do with this channel. Around the time I started it, I had read a book on grief. I had a hard time when I lost my dog, as I mentioned before. I had gotten her for my mom, who was in a nursing home at the time. And she kept me too busy to really do a lot of grieving when my mom passed. So I started, I think, grieving my mom all over again. But I learned a trick, and that was to make lists of things that I'm thankful for. It's hard to really be depressed when you realize how many things you do have to be grateful for. And that's why I named the channel Broke Profoundly Blessed. I am so lucky. I have 4 great kids and 10 great grandkids. Not great grandkids. I have great, I have grandkids that are great. How's that sound? I have running water in my house. I have a roof over my head. There's just so many things to be thankful for. I am bountifully blessed, even though I don't have a lot of money. I can't always afford groceries, but there are so many food banks in this area where I live. I don't even visit them all, and most of them I only visit every couple of months. The one I went to Friday, I haven't been to since August. But there's got to be 10 of them that I can pretty much walk to. Not all of them will allow me in with my dog. So that's another thing I'll be able to do once she's in her new home. And it's funny. I do like taking her to the food banks because she loves to visit with all the people, and people who have got a whole lot to smile about are smiling about her. She's been great for that. But some places don't allow inside, so I'll be able to go to those. I started looking for another dog already, and I realize I may have to give it back at some point. I may foster, but I like to have a dog, but I can't really afford all the vet bills. So fostering makes more sense for me. And I'm okay to say goodbye and see a dog go on to their forever home. Is way better than having to have them euthanized. Yeah, one thing's with collabs is they're pretty flexible, most of them. With the survival seeds one, you have to do an entry video, and they want you to do an exit video near the end. If you have other videos that you want to post in between, that's fine, and there's plenty of people to watch them, because with that one you can win prizes just for commenting. But you do have to be on the live when they give it away so that you can send your address in for them to mail it to you. And they really do have some great prizes. I did win a trowel with measuring taps on it. Yeah, sometimes being in the collabs does get me stressed. Trying to watch all the videos and comment on them. I had a little trouble. I had a lot going on last month, and they were doing a collaboration. I forget what it was even on. Pretty sure I was cooking, and I actually, until the last day, I didn't get to comment on any of the videos. But for this hot dog collab, I was able to comment on them as they came out, pretty much. Hand it over to God, Nadine. He's up anyway. Don't you just love the microdwarfs? I'm still planning on posting a collab in the fall. Hopefully I'll have seeds that I can hand out to people that want to take part in it. It's too early to really announce it, but last year I grew them in the house, and I had trouble with the soil. I wick everything, so things stayed damp, and I ended up with mold in my soil. But I've wicked things for years and never had that problem. Yeah, I try to let people know that I'm the reluctant vegan too. I also have a channel that just has my name on it, and it has some things that I've written and some things that I just read and some things that I just posted, audio books, so people can listen to them. But I think my writing must suck, because I had over 200 people start reading it, and I think less than 10 actually finished it. And I know 2 of those are just really good friends of mine that I've known since childhood. Oh, just wait till you grow your microdwarfs, Sandy. You'll have them all year round. I just made a video showing how I saved the seeds, and those were from microdwarf plants that I planted back in September that are still producing. And they taste so much better. Wow, this is taking a long time. But I might as well use them. They're going to end up in the landfill anyway. One of my sons owns a business, and he has to go to the landfill, and he says that there's these bags laying all over the place. My sister-in-law sprinkled her hubby after one night when she was in Vegas. And after that, she went shopping and noticed that she had left part of him on her pants legs, and she was brushing him off and saying, "I'm sorry, honey. I know how much you hate shopping, but you're going to have to come with me today." So he was a great guy. Did you buy oh, what is it? I bought an expensive brand. I don't understand why it's bad because I paid a lot for it. What did I buy? Here it is. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Miracle Grow Indoor Potting Mix. And then plus I poured boiling water on it to make sure I didn't get any fungus gnats because I've had problems with them in the past. But I used that last year too, and my tomatoes did not do well in it. I'm wondering if it's the soil, especially if you had the same thing, Nadine. I can imagine, Cynthia. I'm so excited for you, though. I mean, it couldn't happen to a nicer person. I do enjoy your channel, and I strongly suggest anybody that hasn't seen it yet, check her out because that one that you deleted, that first one, really got me though. Where you said, "I want you to be my friend, and I want you to come back because you want to come back," and that's pretty much what I do. I usually watch you when I'm having my breakfast right here at this table. Did you get enough watch hours yet, Cynthia? I know you said you had about 500 to go, and I've been running your playlists even while I'm sleeping. So I'm pretty sure I watched them. I watched all your videos on one of my channels or another, but I'm not going to watch them all on all three channels. I know. Can you imagine waking up and finding out you've got 4,000 new subs? You're having trouble with seeds, Sandy? You know what I have trouble with is nasturtiums and marigolds. Those things have always been like the easiest things to grow. And I'm thinking maybe my soil is too good for them or something, but they just aren't even germinating. I did finally get some marigolds to germinate outside, and it looks like I'm starting to get second leaves on some of them. My ball is getting bigger. It's funny that I'm going to get all of this mess into one little ball. What seeds are you having trouble with, Sandy? I was afraid to do lives for the longest time, and Gail has been prompting me a lot on them. And now that I'm not afraid of them, I don't think she wants me to do lives with her anymore. I think I'm finally getting over this dizziness feeling. Maybe I was sick. Oh, that's a long time to not have a great garden. I didn't have a garden for a long time here. I really thought it was just too much shade. But it's actually doing pretty good. Someone in the front of the building is starting a garden now. And she's under a tree, so she pretty much has nothing but shade. And she's growing tomatoes and green peppers. She's growing salsa, she said. So she had onions there too, and jalapenos. Will he eat it if it's burnt? Or would Silas eat it if it's burnt? Oh no. You know what I found works to keep pests off is bridle tool. I bought some from Walmart Plus, um, and I paid about $1 a yard. But they also have another brand that they sell, and it's 40 yards for $20 delivered. I thought I was getting 30 yards, but I was getting 30 feet, which is only 10 yards. But that's plenty for my little balcony. Yeah, especially those dogs, because her dogs, well, especially her black one, the brown one passed away. He was kind of old, but he went after Foxy. She was pretty old too, my last dog. And she says she doesn't need to keep it on a leash because it stays around. I said, but it's vicious and it attacks my dog. And when it attacked her last week, they came running out and pushed me. So I'm holding onto this door with my life, wanting to get to my dog who's being attacked by their dog. Is about, I don't know, one of the neighbors said that they're part pit bull, but they never told me that. I think they don't want to admit it because our landlord doesn't allow pit bulls. Or at least he told me that when I told him Foxy died and I wanted to get another dog. He said, as long as it's not a pit bull or an aggressive dog. Frostina is kind of aggressive, but she was on a leash, and other dogs need to be on a leash near her. There's a 3-pound dog on the site where I got her, but for now we're just sharing her, so I'm not going to get another dog until they take her permanently. Yeah, I'm curious, why would you get banned on Tuber Chat? Well, Bear sticks around by you so much, and he's not an aggressive dog. This lady that has her dog off leash all the time, her dog is aggressive. And, you know, my grandkids, my 17-year-old grandson was over here when he was about 3, and he was bitten by the dog across the hall, which has since passed away. And their owners have moved out. But he was bit by a Rottweiler, and the owner said, oh, well, your kid was running. I mean, kids run. Dogs need to be on a leash if they're going to bite a kid that's running. You're kind of in a deserted area too, Kathy. It's totally different. Where these people, they leave their dog loose in the hallway. So I opened the front door twice as has happened. I've come back from grocery shop, well, not grocery shopping, visiting a food bank. So my cart was full of food, and I opened the door, and her dog ran out and attacked Frostina. And she seemed not to have been hurt, but for about the following week after she was attacked, she would jump up on my bed, and then she would cry for me to let her to take her down. She wouldn't jump off of my bed. The same with furniture. And I've asked that lady nicely several times. This time I reported it to the landlord, and they haven't spoken to me since, which is fine. My dog deserves to be safe more than her dog deserves to be off leash. Her 2 dogs attacked somebody's dog. Somebody has that lives in another building about a block away. They walked past and they have a big Labradoodle that's actually bigger than either one of their dogs. And he was attacked and needed stitches and an expensive vet bill, and they wouldn't offer to pay any part of it. And the owner didn't have any proof, like a video of the dog being attacked or anything. Like somebody's going to actually stop and videotape their dog being attacked when they can stop it. So he doesn't walk down our street anymore. Yeah, that's one thing Gail told me, is to do a lot of lives. She had 2 channels that got monetized. And the second one, she knew that, I think my phone just went dead. The light just went off on it. No, it's still recording. My light went on. Oh, you know what went dead, I think, is the one that was recording, because I had the light on that. Yeah, it's actually pretty easy. See that plus sign down at the bottom? Somehow you have to do it with that. I usually watch lives on my computer. That way I can have one open to subscribe to the other people that are in the live. Yeah, I think I saw the premiere a little late. I think you were done being on. I accidentally did a premiere once on my old channel, and people were surprised that I wasn't there for it. I didn't know it was supposed to be. You would probably do good on lives because you really have a good gift of chatting, like I don't. I usually have to be doing something. $1,000 in damage just from the deer? I suppose. You have a pretty big garden back there. Oh, it was $1,000 damage from the car accident. That's terrible. There's a food bank that I go to, and somebody drove up and knocked down some fencing there. And at another one, somebody knocked down, they had an electrical sign that, it would tell when they were having services live online and different things like that. And somebody actually drove into that, which is kind of hard because it was elevated about 5 feet, well, maybe 4 feet off of the sidewalk. So I don't know how they even got up there. But that church does so much for the community. That's the one that has the blessing box. And they have a little library, a little free library where you can take and leave books. Yeah, pets are expensive. And the thing of it is, she had a UTI for a while. And I called the vet down the street, and they wanted $300 just for the test to see if she had a UTI. And then I called the vet where I took my other dogs, and they wanted $175 for the vet visit and the test. But they weren't sure what medication she would need until they did the test. So I made an appointment for that. Meantime, a friend of mine told me about this online vet on YouTube, and he said that for a UTI for a dog, just give them honey for 2 weeks. And I gave her honey for a few days, and by the time her appointment came up, she had no symptoms. And they kept coming back, but I realized after I watched the video again that you were supposed to give it for two weeks, and I was just giving it to her till she felt better. And once I gave it to her for 2 weeks, it went away for good. But I did notice these people had the dog all day Saturday, and her water bowl was still dry when they returned her. And she charged up, when she came in here, she ran over to her water bowl and drank like she hadn't had anything to drink all day. But she still needs to go to a vet, and I think these people can probably afford it. I never did take her, I just couldn't afford to. Good thing Zim and Bear weren't out there when the car hit. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia. Thanks for coming in. I've seen you on Tuber Chat too, haven't I? Can you tell me why Tuber Chat would ban you? Or was it YouTube would ban you for being on Tuber Chat? I never heard of that, and nobody came up with the answer. Whoever said it isn't here anymore. What I did with my microdorf seeds in the past is I would make up packages of 10 seeds, but 5 different varieties. And you'd have to grow them out to find out what kind of variety it is, because if it had a yellow seed and it was a tall plant, it would be one variety, where if it was an orange tomato and it was from a short plant, it would be a different variety. That kind of thing. I don't know if I will pass out 10 seeds of one variety to each person that's in the collab, or how I would do it. What state are you in, Munchie Mafia? I'm sorry, what's your first name? Yeah, in Wisconsin, they were banned, but the ban hasn't gone through yet. The end date hasn't gone through yet. So I'm collecting as many as I can. But once they're gone, I might even go back to using yarn. I used to have a lot of yarn to knit and crochet with, but I wasn't saving it in bags. And then my former landlord brought me a refrigerator from another unit, and I'm sure you've all heard this story, but it was infested with cockroaches. And sooner or later, my yarn was all infested with cockroaches. So I had to toss it. And the cockroaches don't seem to care much about these plastic bags. but I actually don't have them anymore. So I was able to get rid of them using diatomaceous earth. So if you get cockroaches, I painted it on every surface, on the walls, everywhere, and eventually they just all died. But I kept things like computers into plastic bags. Okay, Nadine, thanks for stopping by. I'm glad you got family coming over. I hope you have a great day with the family. Is anybody else doing stuff with family today? We had planned to do stuff, but the kids were coming. They came for Mother's Day. We had a nice picnic in the park. And it was actually nicer than it is today. The weather isn't good, but I also, if the weather has been in the 40s all week, I haven't been able to harden off the tomato plants I was giving them. So we're getting together another day next week, I hope. I emailed my daughter to ask what she wanted to do, and she didn't respond. They put a lot of stuff in the Miracle-Gro. Yeah. And I thought that was the best stuff. Wow. I finished one bag of bags. And how long has it taken me? It doesn't show on here until I'm done. Yeah, having a watch list of all of my videos helps. I go on Tuber Chat and I find people that want to swap. Even if their channel is about things that I'm not interested in, I can watch them while I'm napping or busy doing something else. Or my phones can. Like in Cynthia's case, I watched all of her videos, but I only watched them once, and I have 3 different channels. So what I'm doing now is watching her watch lists with the other channels. And that should help her get watch hours. Yeah, have a blessed day, Nadine. I'm glad you stopped by. That would be Cynthia from Senior Insights. She has a really nice channel. She talks about something different every morning at breakfast while she shares her coffee. It's always something interesting. The other day she talked about dolls that we had in the 50s and the 60s. Other times she's talked about the hairstyles that we went through, or Tupperware, or it's always something new, always something interesting. Things I had forgotten that I knew from back in the olden days. It seems funny saying that because now, I mean, we arrived before cell phones. Think of my mom. Her family didn't have a phone, and when they did, they had to find that you had to dial up with a crank and ask the operator to connect you. And in the end, she had a cell phone. So she went through all kinds of them. Let's see if I can show this. There's a hole there. And if it's very big, it might break. But I think this one is holding pretty good. I'm going to still use it. When I walk the dog, there's a grocery store nearby. I can drop these in their recycle bin. Okay, thanks for stopping by, Kathy. Oh, I would feel bad if her dog got put down, but she really needs to keep it on a leash. And I have asked her nicely several times. There's no reason that dog needs to be loose. She has a leash for him. I see her walking him all the time on leash. With this black one, it's been loose in the hallway twice. And I usually keep Frostina. I have a shopping cart that I made a bag for with a screen window for, but I keep her locked in that when we go on the bus. She has to be in a cage. She doesn't like it, but it's got a pillow. She can take a nap in it. And I noticed when she got into her former owner's car the other day, she was so excited. And they sent me a video of her when she saw the kids. She was so happy. She loves kids. So I really was thinking of rehoming her to a family with kids. So I'm happy that she'll be going back to them. They've had her since she was a baby. And the mom works from home. So she won't have to be alone a lot. But even if we just share her like this for a long time, that would be fine because I can have a little freedom here and there, and she can see her kids, and she can come here and sleep it off. All day yesterday, all she did was sleep, and I don't know if she was just depressed because she wasn't with her kids, or if she just was exhausted from being with her kids. Oh. I should be able to get a couple plant hangers out of this fall. I'll have to go find my crochet hook. I never really watched Little House, Lori. Unpasteurized honey. I don't know if it has to be unpasteurized or pasteurized. He just said to give her honey, and it worked. Her the UTI can be actually deadly for a dog, and she was to the point where she was bleeding, and I didn't have the money to take her to the vet. And at one point, I thought I would take her to the vet instead of paying my electric bill, but then she got better after having the honey. So I never did take her to a vet. I did take her to the Humane Society and had her spayed and got her updated to her shots. So I'm waiting for another free clinic. If I still have her, I don't know if they're going to take her for good next Saturday or if they're going to be bringing her back. Sharing her would be fun too. It'd probably be good for her. She'd have the best of both worlds. Hi, Tanks and Fish. How are all the fish doing? Thanks for coming in. I should watch Little House. I have ADHD, so for me to watch something like that is difficult. I think I started watching it a few times before I knew I had ADHD. I was 59 when I was diagnosed and had no clue. My husband loved fish. We had a couple tanks. I would probably like Little House then. Was Miss Olson the teacher? I had a teacher named Miss Olson once. I'm just cutting up these bags to make them into some plant hangers for my balcony garden. So I've got one phone videotaping it, and then I'm watching the chat on another phone. Well, another phone is recording it, but I think my videotaping phone went off because the light went off a little while ago, and it's still recording. I watched the Waltons a few times, but not a whole lot. There was something my husband liked to watch on at that same time, so. And we only had one TV for a while there when it was on. I didn't care as long as I could sit and knit. Are there any other knitters or crocheters out there? I bet I could still watch episodes of Little House on YouTube. If I want to watch a movie, sometimes I will find one on YouTube. I like watching Christmas movies, usually starting in September. Okay, Lori. I'll look forward to seeing your plants once they're all hardened off. Thanks for stopping in. I really do appreciate it. I've got so much stuff on this table. Another thing I can blame on my ADHD. So I'm kind of glad I know I have it now because I thought I was just a slob before that. Now I'm just a slob with ADHD. See this cardboard thing? I'm trying to block all my junk. It's too distracting. I think you're the last one here. Does it say? Oh, it says that I have one person watching, and that would be me. So if I talk now, I'm just talking to myself. But I'm going to keep going until I get all this done. This day, anyway. I'm kind of getting hungry for a burrito now, too. I should probably bring my tomatoes in and take another batch out too. It's interesting to watch myself on another channel. Because it's delayed. The video isn't showing me as I'm doing it. It's showing me about a minute after I do it. How long have you been doing tanks? Well, everybody's gone, so I think I'm just gonna finish these up. I've got probably 5 more bags in there. But I got a lot done. Oh, I was wondering when you started getting into fish, and how many tanks do you have? Oh, you're just having dinner. Are you getting together with family, or are you in the U.S.? I know Lori's World is in Canada, or Off-Grid World. There's another channel in the... Oh, that's a long time. Do you still have fish from when you first got into them? How many tanks do you have right now? We had sharks, and one of my sons had a, what do you call it? A piranha. But he came home from work one day, and the piranha had gotten out of the tank, which turned out to be a bad idea on his part. Oh, you have ponds too? Are you in the south? Looks like I've got a belly on this one. You want to avoid those. Yeah, look at how uneven that one is. Let's see if I can fix it now. Oh, okay. So it's not a holiday for you. I think I found you from Tuber Chat, didn't I? I like watching your tanks. They're so relaxing. Okay, now they're all even. I remember we used to raise guppies, and we had a couple sharks and angelfish, but not at the same time. Yeah, it is nice to relax too. It's not a special one. I mean, just being that you had it since you were 12. Although I don't know how old you are. Yeah, finding music isn't all that easy. You get free music on the. I'm using one called Video Guru right now, but sometimes I will load music on a video and upload it, and then find out that it's copyrighted, and they'll delete my video after I've already deleted everything off of my computer. So you must be like almost 30. That would be nice to have peaceful music, but I can always just play peaceful music from another channel and then watch the peaceful video. And somebody pointed out to me, because I was using music at first, is that not everybody has the same taste in music. Go figure. $39. Oh wow. And you've had a fish since you were 12. That's an old fish. I didn't know fish got to be that old. Ours never lasted that long. Keeping the tank clean wasn't always an easy process. And changing the water often turned out to be a problem for the fish. Ma'am, I feel so old when people say that. But I am old. I'm 74. How long have you been doing YouTube? No need to be sorry. Oh, I think I can finish this up. No, I think I'm going to call it again. I do have this nice big ball. It is bigger than a hand. I have a light fixture that I bought from a rummage sale. I need to put that up. But they gave me some nice potatoes yesterday. I was thinking of buying potatoes. I gotta keep it dark. Keep it. 'Cause I keep it. 'Cause I keep it dark. 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 ' I had another channel and I got almost to 1,000 subscribers. And then my dog died and I stopped doing it and I got locked out of the other channel. So I started this one, but I had a different idea for it than what I'm doing. All I'm doing now is collabs. Oh, looks like I've got a couple pieces here that, oh no, these are handles. Put some recycled in. Well, in the UK, they banned these plastic bags already too, huh? Michael, how you doing? Well, I guess I'm gonna call it a day. Well, or maybe I should just finish these. But I had 1, 2, 3, 4 days left. I can finish them. I'm getting hungry though. Did you do anything special for Victorian Days, or do you celebrate that where you are? Okay, you're not in Canada, you're in the UK. Do you need the kitchen? Okay, it looks like my son needs a kitchen. I'm going to call it a day. Thanks for stopping by.
What's going on?
I'm trying to figure out how to turn this off. I've been live on YouTube for the last hour or so. How do I turn it off?